This
tell you.
conference will now be recorded.
Let us assume that you are receiving data or you want to communicate with a particular application which is called APG. Let us assume that APG is an application where you want to communicate with it. Maybe
Okay.
there might be multiple interfaces you want to develop with APG, okay, according to your customer requirement. So for some interfaces, APG might be sending data for you, and for some interfaces, APG might be receiving data from you, right? So now tell me, out of 10 interfaces, 3 interfaces are outbound from APG. It means you are receiving data from APG. For the other 7 interfaces, you are sending data to APG. So now tell me, it's the same application, but still you are using it as a sender for some of the interface, and you are using it as a receiver for some of the interface. Okay, so this is how it
Yes.
works. So it means when you're creating any object, either it can be your business system or a business component or anything, it can be a technical system, you don't define the direction there. Okay, you just create
Yes.
it to represent that application. So how you will use it, whether you want to use it as your sender or whether you want it to use it as your receiver, that depends on your requirement. Okay, but when you create an object like a technical system, business system, or a business component, you don't define the direction there. You will define the direction only in two cases. That is your
In communication
communication channel.
components. Yes.
Sorry,
Communication components also, no, sir?
communication component is nothing but your business system or business
System.
component. That's what I told you,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There
So you will
also we
define that. Tell me.
in communication components we define whether it is a sender or receiver, that so that we can recognize
No,
like
you
that,
don't
sir.
define. No, you
No,
don't
BC
define.
underscores. No, that day you did no,
That
sir. BC
I
underscore.
have that I have done as a demo purpose. But in general, for suppose if
Oh,
you want to create a communication component for APG is an even though it's a non SAP application, so we create a business component for it. Okay. So
yes.
in that
Okay.
case, we create a business component as BC underscore APG. That's it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just
Okay.
gave the naming convention for demo purpose. That's it. So it's not that we have to follow the same. That's why I told you you have to follow the naming conventions depending on your project guidelines.
Okay, sir. So we will define the sender or receiver in communication channel and
And where else do we define? One of the object in ESR.
operation. No, service interface, sir.
Yeah, service interface.
Okay, sir.
Okay, these are
Okay.
the only two objects where we define the direction, whether it should be used for a sender or it should be used for a receiver. That's
Okay.
it.
Sir. And for suppose if we are receiving data from some other system and if we want to send it to some other system, so two technical systems should be defined.
Technical system is not mandatory.
Oh, not
Technical
mandatory.
system I told you technical system we create it only to represent SAP applications. Okay.
Oh,
For
okay.
suppose in the demo scenario which we took, you are taking data from your file server and you are sending the data to file server. So it's both are non-SAP. In this case, no need for you to have a technical system at all. You can create a business component for both sender and receiver. That's it. Okay.
Oh, but without technical system, how? Okay. So no need to create any business system, so it is not interacting with
No
SAP
need.
system. So no need.
No
So
need for
directly
you
we
to
can
create
go with the business
business
component.
component. Yeah. So
Okay, sir.
for you to communicate with your sender or receiver, either you need business system or business component. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
For you to create business component, you can create it directly in your ID, not an issue. But for you to create business system, you cannot create it directly in your integration directly. You have to create it in your SLD and then import it into ID.
ID.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay, sir.
Now, again, for you to create business system in SLD, you cannot create it directly. You need a technical system for it so that you can use the technical system as a reference.
Okay.
So these are interrelated. So for you, if you want to use a business system as part of your interface, then you need to have it created in your SLD. If you want to create a business system in your SLD, you need to have a technical system created for
Technical.
it. So
Yes, sir.
if you want to have a technical system, then you can ask your basis team to get it created for you.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
fine then. Any other questions? Have you all got access?
Yes.
Are you practicing? Why you are not able to practice? Not only you, I'm asking everyone. Are you not getting time or what it is? Okay. Let me open the application and share my screen. Can you check your remote desktop access and see if you are able to access your PI application? Okay, fine. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay. This is a different application. This is not the one which we used in the previous session. It was not working. So we don't have any software components in our ESR because this is a different one. So now can someone tell me how to import the software components here? Whether can we create them directly here or do we have to import it somewhere? If so, where from where we have to import it or how and how? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can someone tell me how to create a software component here? Or do we have the option to create it directly here or do we have to import it?
Sir, we couldn't hear you.
What about others?
We can
Yeah, we can
hear.
Okay. Fine, Yashoda, I think there is some issue from your end. Check it once. Okay. Tell me how to have software components here. We don't have anything here. We need to have some software components so that we can create the objects. How we can have it here? Guys, if you are not able to understand or if you're not able to answer, please let me know. Okay, if you're not able to understand, okay, because it's of no use
We can
just
create it
attending the
here.
classes. Sorry?
We can create it here.
No, I did not tell you that
I mean,
option.
okay.
Whatever the topics that we discussed till now regarding software components, did we create them directly in our ESR or did we import it?
We imported to ESR
From where did we import?
from SLD.
Okay. So for that, I click on new and I'll click on software component version and click on import from SLD. Then I'll click on display. Okay. So these are the different software component versions that are available in SLD. Fine. Let's create a new one. how I have to create a software component? Can someone tell me?
Yeah, in software catalog, software component.
This one?
Product.
Okay, yeah. I have to go to product first because we don't have any product related to that software component as of now. That's why we have to create a product first. Then we
Yeah.
have to create a software component for it. Okay. So click on product, create a new product and version. Okay. So my product and its software component version got created. Now I will check it. Okay. So this is my product that I've created along with its software component. So now I have to import it. So now I'll go to ESR, go new software component version, import from SLD, display. Okay. So this is my software component version that I've created. I'll click on import, create. So objects are modifiable, objects are original objects, and select language as English. That's it. No need to activate. So that's it. Your software component version got created. Now you can create a namespace under this to differentiate the interfaces that we are going to create. URN colon SAPPO training colon NOV colon interface 1. Okay. Okay. So I've created namespace. Now I create objects under this. Okay. I'll create a folder as interface 1. And I'll create objects under this. So what is the object that we need according to our structure that we defined? First one is data type, dt underscore employee data sender. Okay. So this is my source structure. Hope you all know what I'm doing here. So if you have any questions while I'm doing, let me know because I have already explained all these things for you. This is the second time I'm doing this for you. So I created a data type, and I will create a different data type for my receiver. For that I create a copy object. Okay, what are the other objects that are needed for me after data type?
Message type.
Message type.
Okay. Why do we need a message type? Why can't we use data type directly?
To map the data.
Message type is used in message mapping.
Okay.
Whereas we don't use data type, we use only message type. Data type represents the actual schema,
Hmm.
whereas in other objects we use data type as a reference.
Yeah, correct. Thanks. So we created message type, right? What is the next object?
Message mapping, sir.
Okay. Message mapping. Okay. So what is my source here? Source structure.
DT underscore sender, employee data sender.
DT
Sorry,
underscore employee data
sorry. Oh, no, sorry, sir. MT underscore employee data
Empty.
sender.
Empty underscore.
receiver.
MT underscore employee data receiver.
Okay. We got the schema here. I'll map field to field. And then for name, you can have first name and last name concatenated with a space. Next, what is the object that we need to create?
Service interface.
Okay. Okay. So this one I have given it as out. It means I'll create it as outbound. So now tell me whether it is for my sender or receiver.
Sender.
Okay. So which one I have to use here? Asynchronous or synchronous according to our requirement?
Asynchronous.
Synchronous.
Okay. Then what is it I have to, which message type I have to use here? Out of these two, which one I have to use here?
MT underscore employee data sender.
Okay. What is the category I have to use here? This is for my receiver.
So inbound, sir.
Inbound.
And mode.
Mode asynchronous only.
Okay, next. Which one I have to use here?
Receiver. Empty data receiver.
Okay, what is the next object that I need?
Operation mapping.
Okay, what I have to use here on the source operation?
Service interface.
Tell me.
Message type, sir.
No, we don't use message type in operation mapping. We use service interface in our operation mapping. So operation mapping, we create it using service interfaces. Okay.
Oh,
So in message mapping, we use message types. In operation mapping, we use service interface. So for source operation, which one I have to use? Which service interface I have to use here? Is it outbound
outbound.
or inbound? Okay. I have to use my outbound service interface here. Here I have to use my inbound service interface. So once you have selected the corresponding objects, click on read operations. Okay, it's not only you have to do it once. So if there are any changes in your service interface, okay, for suppose you have already created this object, and let us assume that there is some change in the service interface. Again, what you have to do, again you have to come here and then click on read operations. Then the new changes will get reflected here. So that's why you have to do it all that every time. Okay, so click on read operations. Your corresponding message types will get reflected here, whatever the message type that you are using or the object that you are using inside your service interface, that will get reflected here for you. Okay, then you have to select the appropriate message mapping. Either you can drag and drop it, okay, like this, or you can select it from here. You can click on here and then it will be auto populated for you. So when you click on here, you can see why it is getting auto populated based on these filter options here. You can see the sets criteria. So these are the sets criteria that has been applied by default depending on the options that you have given here. So this is the software component version, this is the source of message type, and this is the target message type. So with this combination, this is the only object that you have. That's why you got it automatically. So again, I explained what are the objects that are needed to be created as part of an interface, your interface in ESR. Any questions? Okay, fine. So what I need from you is I need all of you to create your own software component versions, okay, with your name or with some specific name, whatever you like. Create software component versions and then import them into ESR and then create the necessary objects in ESR and let me know in tomorrow's session. If you don't create it, I will get it created by you in tomorrow's session directly. If you have created it, then we will proceed with the next topic. Okay, so that's it for today in today's session. So we'll connect again tomorrow, and I need all of you to create these software components, data types, message types, mappings, ID objects, all these objects has to be created by tomorrow's session. Okay, fine. Thank you for attending today's session. We'll connect again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. You